Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Cosmic Radio. Baby, we going to jump right into it. Um so there's been Okay, let me start here. So currently I have been in isolation. I haven't really been as active on socials. I haven't even been very active with my friends nor family. Like I've been in this isolation mode. And I shouldn't say mode, it's kind of been like phase or better yet, a season. I've been in this isolation season. And the other day I realized I was like, "Whoa, have I been in this space too long?" So that began the investigative nature of myself to see if I have gotten comfortable here or if there are still things that I need to learn. So all of a sudden, Spirit started talking to me, Source started talking to me, and I came to realize that this is my cocoon season. Mm. This is my cocoon season. This is the time where it is about a reset. After my new year, which society refers to as birthdays, um, after my new year, there were things that I set into action. There was a list of things that I wanted to do. There were some things that I wanted to check myself with. There were some things that I wanted to grow from. There was some evolution that just needed to take place. So, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I start finding myself pulling away from everything. Not intentionally, not making an announcement, not like it just started pulling away. Now, granted, my time did get busy, and I feel like that was also the universe just kind of putting things into place to do what I necessarily probably would not have done. I am a giver. So I give of my time, I give of myself, and currently at that moment, it was really the thick of my job. Like I was in the thick of my job, and it was exhausting me. Not gonna lie, it was exhausting me. And so by the time I came home, I didn't have the energy for anything else. So I think that particular environment was all heaven directed, which is amazing. I always laugh at how God will I call it the ultimate puzzle. And you have that ultimate picture, and there are puzzle pieces that are put in place, and sometimes you don't even know why that piece is there, or you're like, is that piece gonna fit? Like, why is that? I'm not seeing the picture until all of a sudden you have that one section where it's like clouds in the picture, and you're like, oh, that's clouds. And I love it when I notice those things, when I know that this was a puzzle piece. That exhaustion was a puzzle piece. It was forcing me to take the time out that I needed to for myself, because it was ushering in my cocoon season, my reset, my reevaluation, you know? Um, and so to get back to what even made me really go into this thought process was that I was feeling like maybe I was staying here too long, and I felt like I needed to connect, but I don't think I was quite being led yet. I think this was my own panic of perception that was beginning to get in the way. So, because I still feel like there's something else that I need to hear, and I'm waiting on that last thing before I can bust out this cocoon and butterfly. And again, this is perception. Isolation and all of these things, we kind of go to that age old saying of an idle mind, and an idle mind is the devil's playground. But that's how you perceive your isolation. Sometimes isolation is good. That caterpillar can't have anything else inside that cocoon while it is growing and developing. But once it comes out, that thing, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And it adds to the beauty of this planet. It really, really, really does. So I know that right now in this cocoon phase, in this isolated phase, this is me strengthening and realizing what my boundaries are to number one, create my peace and understand what I need in order to stay creative, keep my peace, and stay in a healthy mindset as much as possible. You know what I mean? Because there are going to be those moments where you might falter a little bit. We're human. It happens. But at the end of the day, you'll know how to get yourself back up again and get right back on to your desired program. Not society's desired program, but the program that you have now set for yourself. So I know that that's what this is. I know that this is also training ground for me to strengthen those things. So when I do go back into society, I know who I am, who I have chosen to be, and how I want to share that. And if something doesn't sit right with me, I will be able to notice those vibrations that are not aligning with myself. And I can either choose to be in the room or out the room. Most of the time, if it doesn't connect, I know that I can gracefully put that one little finger up and be like, excuse me, I'm out. You know what this training ground is very similar to? It's very similar to Doctor Strange in a Mirror Dimension, where the Ancient One was able to practice magic and show magic. This cocoon is the mirror dimension. It is the safety space in order to like train all of what is the next level for you so you're ready. Go into the mirror dimension, practice all your stuff so this way when you get back out there, you can be like, bam, like what you want. You want some of this magic? But I'm just saying, like that is the energy that this gives. And I'm going to play for you in a bit. It was a realization that I had when I was in the car, and I'm starting to learn. Okay, I have to record these moments when I get these revelations, and then just add them to the podcast. Because sometimes when I try to take notes from those revelations, it doesn't come off the same way. And I'm like, in that moment of that revelation, it's like, ah. And that's the moment I was like, oh, I wish I was in the studio and I could just record it and all of these things. But I have learned now to record those things and just add them to the podcast. So I'm going to share with you my revelation and how it was just, I don't know, it was just a beautiful moment. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Matter of it don't need a name. I'm going to just play these damn car clips. Not everything has to be labeled, you know? Um Here we go. Let's go into it. Run the tape. Isolation. Okay. So I'm coming to realize, and I know I'm trying to put things together right now, and why this pull back is so important. And I think I've come to a conclusion of why that is. This is the training ground. This is where you can hear from God clearly. You can start to recognize that voice and what that sounds like, what that feels like. And as your mind is resetting and changing, and this is the training ground. This is the part where you can say, no, this is who I'm choosing to be. This is who I'm going to be when I enter into society, and this is how strong I need to be. And so this is the training. You have to build up that strength in order to face everything that comes your way. Everything that comes your way. And sometimes that doesn't take being around a lot of people, because as you're going through this and you might choose to talk about it, some people might start to sway where you are, especially if you're not strong enough in what you're developing already. You can be swayed. And then then you have to almost start all over again. So sometimes this isolation is good. If you find yourself just like gradually turning into the cocoon, like go into the cocoon, because soon you will butterfly. Soon you will butterfly. Soon it'll all make sense. Soon those wings will come out, and then it doesn't matter. Then it doesn't matter what anybody has to say, because you know nobody can tell you that you don't have wings. You can show them. You can show them. And notice I said show them, because no longer will you have to speak. You can just show them by your actions. And you always know when you you'll start to get that pull to come right back into society. But you'll get that pull to come back into society in a different way. You might reach out to an old friend that you never talked to in a while. And then all of a sudden it starts to make sense. And it's like, hey, I need to reach out to that person. I haven't talked to that person in a while. Hey, I need to reach out to this person. Maybe we should hang out. But you're still protecting your peace. You're still choosing how you want to enter into the world. That is development. That is change. That is getting into a higher frequency, because you are being sensitive to the energies that you are around. You are being sensitive to the energies that you are around. It's fucking beautiful. It's beautiful. That is you aligning with yourself. That's good. It's good. It's good. All right, everybody. That's all I got. That's all I got. I really hope, I really, 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 really hope that that this landed with everyone listening. Um, Sometimes you have to step away to create your boundaries, to create your healthy headspace, to reset yourself, and then come back into society a way better person, stronger, and able to deal with the things that society is going to try to throw at you. You know what I mean? Because you've worked for it, you've trained for it, you're ready for not necessarily those battles, but those situations and who you're going to be within those situations, which is ultimately just going to help in changing the frequency of everything around you. So again, that's all I got. And the journal prompt is in the show notes. And again, share this with a friend, loved one, fellow creative. Blessings to all of you guys. And again, thank you so much for tuning in to this little corner of the universe and sharing this moment with me. I love y'all. All right. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into Cosmic Radio. Your presence here means the universe to us. If you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you did, please leave us a 5-star review. And if you feel inspired, share this episode with a fellow creative. Let's build this cosmic community one episode at a time. And now, I close with this. It only takes one decision to raise your frequency. Ask yourself, who do I choose to be? Oh, and one last thing. Follow your art. Yours in shadows and in starlight. LH.
Transmission complete. Signal disengaged.